Hi, my name is Spencer Nez, and I'm doing a proposal on involvement towards homeless community, helping the homeless community, prepared for Albuquerque City Council. The summary, the concept, increase happiness among the homeless community, our opportunity, increased community project, outside company involvement, increased living situation for homeless community, the potential, decreasing homeless on streets, increase in homeless health, increase in food distribution, increase in involvement. What we'll cover today. Current problem, total amount of homeless, mental illness, drugs and alcohol use, hunger, living situation, funds, solution, increase shelter expansion, community project, local community involvement, estimate costs and benefits, and the conclusion. Our current problems here in Albuquerque is the increasing number of homeless. This involves men, women, families, young adults, and children under the age of 18. Health problems among homeless have also been increasing, such as mental illness, which means depression, anxiety, PTSD, and there's also drug habits, the use of drugs and alcoholism. With the shelters here in Albuquerque, we lack in space. This can lead to homeless sleeping in the streets, on the ground, or sleeping in their own tents. With Tent City being evicted, the homeless have nowhere to stay. Some of these people go around pitching their tents underneath the bridges and parking lots, or maybe by the Bosque River. Homeless people and shelters. Here is a small statistic done on random homeless people. On the left side, we have homeless people of different ages staying in shelters or not in shelters. In the green at 718, we have people who are under the age of 18. In the orange at 427, we have 18 years of age to 24 years of age. And in the yellow, we have 24 years of age and older. And on the right, we have shelters versus unshelters. There is a big difference among the two. We have more people staying in shelters than not in shelters. In 1979, meaning shelters, we have people staying in emergency shelters, staying with others, or in their vehicle. And in the 848 are people who stay on streets or in their tents, underneath bridges, wherever they can find places to sleep. For the funding, we have federal funds such as emergency shelter grants, state homeless program, and state homeless meal programs. For emergency shelter grants and state homeless programs, these funds are used towards renovation to increase the shelter size. It is also used for maintenance, operations, rent, repairs, security, fuel, equipment, insurance, utilities, food, and it helps services for the homeless. For the state homeless meal program, it helps provide meals for the homeless at local shelters. Solutions. Increasing the funds for emergency shelter grant program. With this funding, we can have a shelter expansion, which means we can provide more beds for the homeless to sleep. We can have more volunteers, and also we can employ more people, or maybe even the homeless who are in need. We can also purchase lots for people who have tents that they could stay in and have their own place to sleep, or maybe even have their own space. This can help operate the whole shelter by helping with rent, helping with utilities, maintenance, and maybe with furnishing. more community projects. This can increase the community involvement, such as the more volunteers that come in and help with the shelter or help disperse food. We can also provide more activities for the families with the children or the individuals such as men, women, and young adults. This can include one-on-one sessions with the homeless. We can have conversations going and also provide small therapy for others. Involve outside local food companies such as Panera, where they donate whatever bread they have left over to the shelter. We can go in, talk to local vendors or local food marks, see if we can have them donate more food to our shelters where we don't have to rely on the ESG grants to buy our food. And we can also talk to local construction companies, see if they can give a certain percentage off when reconstructing the shelters for more beds for the homeless can sleep. Cost and benefits isn't going to be asking for a whole lot. We are hoping to apply for emergency shelter grant program, state homeless program, and state homeless meal program. Hopefully we get an increased amount to expand our shelters. And with this, which is also going to be free, is the increased amount of volunteers, which isn't going to cost a whole lot. And which is also free that I have on my list is company involvement, which we can ask for donations or have a certain percentage off for construction and stuff like that. For my conclusion, our involvement towards homeless community allows us to provide more rooms, beds, and food. With the help of volunteers from individuals to companies, we can improve health among homeless and decrease the amount of homeless on the streets. Thank you.